Heidi, I've got to get to the barn, and you have got to get to Alcorn.
Oh my gosh, please just let me come at any time. Wear my mask. I'll do whatever you want me to do.
I'm finding my hope right now, hanging out with you. Where do you find hope for this anti-racism moment and hopefully long-standing movement?
I find hope when I've had recently church members who have said, I've never thought of it that way, or I feel convicted, or wow, you explained Black Lives Matter in a way that I could understand, it made sense. And people who've said, I won't ever, say some of the things I used to say again, or I see it through a different lens now, and thank you. When they easily could have ripped me apart for what, if they had received it a different way, but just far less negative response than I anticipated on some things. So that gives me hope. And I see hope through my children and their friends together. And our neighbors, our best neighbors across the street. I look at it and I see my African-American military dad neighbor sitting there talking to our little retired white couple next door, and they're just hanging out, sitting on the porch, talking, hanging out. And it's like, at least right here, gosh, this is what it's about. Why can't we all do this? Why do we have to be mean? Why do we have to hate each other?
Well, I find hope in you ladies. We're making mistakes along the way, but we are doing our best to raise children who know who they are comfortable and love who they are, and love, everyone else, and sees the good in everyone else, and despite everything else that's going on in the world. There is hope. There is hope. There are corners of the world who are in our shoes, are in our exact shoes, and they're trying their best to do the same thing. And so I think that's hope. I find hope in the fact that after the George Floyd's murder, I saw people come together from all over the world.
I want to come home, because I always believe in you sweep around your own front door first before you try to worry about somebody else's. I got hope to see the United Methodist Church where it is right now. I've been born into the Methodist Church, part of the Methodist Church before it merged together as a child and all the way up. I got hope because we're right here, right now, having these conversations, right now, having the advocacy task force, right now, made up my mind that it's a sin that we need to talk about and need to be on the forefront and moving forward instead of hanging about. That's giving me hope, because I really believe that the only reason that God called me into this call was because of this season, for such a time as this. Because people have to be heard. We're just now talking about something that's always been in the room with us, that we have dressed up like the cute little pig that it is, really balls on it and running out there. And we do the nice southern things. We won't say what the truth is. We'll fix it up. And then we watch the rule of racism play throughout the structures of power and the climbing of the ladder within the church. Just then, don't fool yourself. I spent 20 years in government. The church operates like government does also, with its political plays up and down. But we are now, so I have hope because of the right now where we are. That's giving me hope. We're opening up our mouths, and we have started calling, from the slang of my background, a spade. We have started calling the ace. What it is, we have started calling, we have started addressing it. It's long overdue, but at least we have now come to the table, and I want to see what we do next. So I have hope, and I want to be part of that ride.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're in church.
Yes.
Heidi, do you want to You want to add anything?
So last night I had the honor of being able to speak to a student last night who is from a small town. He's been raised up in this small town, and you would think that he would come from their views, but he has world views. I mean, very unbelievably beautiful world views. And he was sitting there talking to me, and instead of talking about small town stuff, he literally, like, this is gorgeous. He asked me what I thought, what was going on in the political world right now. He wanted to know what I felt about the Black Lives Matter movement. He wanted to know about LGBTQ rights. And he sat here and talked to me about how he has lost so many friends, so many family members, but he knew it was his cause. It was his reason that God had called him out to be able to live as a white, privileged young man, to then stand in the gap for those who don't have those privileges. And he's out there marching. He's out there standing firm with his LGBTQ people. He's out there for feminist movements, because his girlfriend, he's always talking about, you know, people need to start seeing women for more than just this and this and this. He's talking about, you know, Black Lives Matter is a movement that needs to be addressed and honored. And it's just beautiful. And it gave me a lot of hope to understand that I'm sitting here in this right now with someone who's in the movement too. And to see that he's using his platform to do what he needs to do. And that was beautiful. That is beautiful. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. There are a lot of men of his caliber that are not using their platform, you know, that feel that they need to stand back instead of make ripples. And that is not what that is not what we are called to do. That is not what we are called to do. We are supposed to be out there. We are supposed to be living it. And you got to walk by faith, not by sight. Sometimes all of this that's going on is too overwhelming and it's too dark sometimes. And you have to sometimes just understand, you have to have faith in Christ that you're going to get through it. We're all going to get through it, and he's going to make it better. It's going to be hard. Like you said, Amy, it's going to oppress some people, man. They're not going to like that growth that they're going to have, but it's okay, because growth is painful. You know, it's painful, but it's needed. It's needed.
Yeah. This is good, y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate this.
I have learned so much just from this. So I thank you. I love you all. I got to run. Go
love you. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Y'all behave.
Oh, yeah, right.
Make good trouble. Make good trouble.
Good trouble.
Right. Good trouble.
Good trouble.
Thanks,
Bye-bye,
y'all.
Heidi.
All right. See you later. Thanks.